And we are back. Welcome to the second day of the last 16 and, of course, England's, hopefully, first game in the knockout stages after a night where, for a brief moment, it looked like in both games we were going to get a slight bit of drama as the underdogs mounted a comeback, but in both cases they were pretty easily seen off in the end by the overwhelming favourites, and that is fair play to the Netherlands and Argentina, and a slight bit of unluckiness for the Americans and the Australians, who both put in a good showing in their respective games. You have to look at that Dutch performance first and say that their goals were some of the best goals we've seen in this tournament so far. The build-up, especially for the first goal, to go essentially from the goalkeeper through near enough the whole team, and then the cutback and the finish from Memphis Depay. Probably my favourite goal of the tournament so far, and Denzel Dumfries putting in a man-of-the-match performance with 2 assists and a goal, proving why Erik ten Hag wants him so much at Manchester United. I thought he was outstanding in that right wing-back position, and the Dutch were fully deserved of getting through, and I just think in the end the Americans didn't quite have the legs after putting in so much effort in the group stage to get to this point. It was just a little bit one step too far for them. As for the Australians, they of course put up their fight as well, but it was yet another Lionel Messi masterclass for the Argentinians. A fantastic goal to get them into the lead, and he really dictated the play throughout most of that second half. So fair play to him. He's been growing into this tournament. He's been helping Argentina grow more and more into this tournament. We spoke about it yesterday, about the momentum that Argentina are building, and they're starting to look very, very dangerous, and proving why they are the Copa America champions and one of the favourites for this tournament. As for Australia, I don't think they could have asked for much more. They gave so much energy, so much passion. They did everything they possibly could. They got the goal. They even forced some chances where it looked like for a brief moment they might snatch an equaliser if not for Lisandro Martinez's late block. Obviously, as an England fan, it would have been lovely to see the Australians take Argentina to extra time and potentially knock them out, but it wasn't to be in the end, and fair play to Australia for giving it everything that they had, and congratulations to Argentina for making it in to the next round. Now, let's look at what those results have done to the prediction series, and then we'll start looking ahead to today's games where, I'll be honest, the closer and closer we get to kick off, the more nervous I am getting, and I'll explain why when we get there. Let's get into those results. So, these were the games that were played yesterday. These are my predictions. These were the results. 2 points for each game now, because obviously not only did I get the correct result, I also predicted the correct team to progress to the next round. So 1 point for the result, 1 point for the team progressing. And like we said yesterday, it's still 3 points for a correct score, plus 1 for the correct team. So not going to complain too much about them. It would have been nice to get a correct score. We've been desperately short of a correct score for a while now on this series, but we're getting closer. Maybe we'll get 1 or maybe even 2 today. But it's a match day score of 4, bringing the tournament total now up to 30. As always, let me know down in the comments how you got on. And let's finally now get into day 2 of the last 16 and the arrival of England to the knockout stages. But before we get on to England, we have to talk about France and Poland. But I don't think we need to say too much about this one. I think pretty much everyone, including Poland fans, are going to be predicting the French to win this one. The way Poland played against Argentina cannot be the way they approach this one. Otherwise, it could be an absolute embarrassment. They have to offer more. They have to give Lewandowski more support. For me, I think you have to play Milik up front with Lewandowski and even then play Zielinski behind, just to give them as much chance as they can of scoring goals, because defensively they just didn't look up to it against Argentina, and against a French team that hosts the likes of Mbappe and Ousmane Dembele in the wide areas, you just can't sit off against that defence because they'll pull you to pieces. So I still think the French will win. I want to see the Polish give it a go, but I think whatever happens, France win this. And based off of what I've seen in the last couple of games, I'm expecting the French to win this relatively easily. And I'm going to go for 4-0 to France, which might be a little bit disrespectful for Poland, but that is what I have to go for after what I saw against Argentina. So we will see. I wish Poland the best of luck, because obviously if England do get past Senegal later, I would much rather be playing Poland than France. But I just don't see it happening tonight. So sorry, Poland fans. I'm going for 4-0 to France. And now we get to England. And like I said, I'm getting increasingly more nervous about this, especially after the comments that Gareth Southgate made in his interview yesterday. And the 2 things that really stood out to me were, 1, he said, we're preparing for our toughest test of the tournament so far, which is true. I think Senegal are the toughest test, but the way he said it worried me. And then secondly, he said, we've been preparing for penalties as well. And to me, that's just that negative mindset again. And me now, mentally, I'm preparing to see the five at the back come back tonight. I hope he sticks with 4-3-3. I think we've looked so much better with the 4-3-3 compared to how we looked with the five at the back in the Nations League. But this is what he does in major tournaments. It's what he does against tougher opposition. He plays the five at the back and two holding midfielders. I think if we do that, I think we definitely go through tonight, bizarrely, because I don't see Senegal scoring against our defence if we do play that defensive. My worry would then be, are we going to score enough goals the other way to get through? I was very, very, very tempted to go for a 0-0 tonight and then predict England to get through in extra time or penalties if it got to it. But I just look at the quality we've got and I just have enough faith in Gareth Southgate to think he might still play four at the back that I'm going to go for an England win in 90 minutes. I'm going to go for 2-0. The plan will, of course, be don't let Senegal score, and then we'll see if we can take our chances later on, exactly like we did against Wales. I expect the first half to be very boring unless Senegal get an early goal. But, yeah, I'm going for 2-0 England. That's more out of optimism than genuine prediction, but I have to back the boys, I have to back the country, and I really believe in this squad of players, and I think even if we play that negatively, we should still get the result tonight, and hopefully it will be enough to see us into the next round. And yeah, hopefully it'll be against Poland, but more realistically, it'll be against France. And that is going to be it for today's video. Please let me know what you think of my predictions, what you think is going to happen tonight, and whether or not you think we are going to do the right thing in regards to the England game. I will be back straight after full time, be that after the 90 minutes, after extra time, or after the penalty shootout. And be that result good or bad, I will be giving my immediate post-match reaction. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on my reaction to that. And of course, drop a like on this video if you've been enjoying this series. I will see you later on this evening. Thank you very much for watching.